Hey friends, welcome to the river. Hope this finds you well. Glorious blue skies and slightly windy. It's a bit of a chill in the air, but it's just lovely. The river's high, moving quite fast, and still got these really lush grasses this time of year. It's beautiful. Attracting lots of birds. Big bird of prey just here, just lifted off. Flying across to the other side of the river. Really such a life-giving place to be. Been considering how we practice a thing. I've shared with you about how what we practice, and particularly the streams of exercise, thinking about our physicality, how they impact us and how important they are for longevity and living life in its fullness, being able to be strong and agile and be able to persevere into old age. It's not an easy thing, but if you practice now, it sets us up for that. But one thing to consider is that when we want to do a thing, maybe it's missing in our current rhythms of life, we don't just jump in at the deep end, so to speak. So with Renew, there's this culture of having dumbbells that we increase as we gain strength and endurance as we exercise. But we start out as very light weights, almost laughable when you look back how hard the light weights were, but they are. But then that's the beauty of practice. As you develop your craft, as you keep your consistency in training, you get stronger, you get faster, you become more agile, you have more endurance. So if there's something in your life that you want to include, just think about doing some small steps, very small. Also really helps with the consistency. If you do something too difficult, maybe you can will yourself to do it for a month or so, but it soon becomes very difficult to motivate yourself. Whereas if you do something that's very achievable and build on that a much better way. There's a really interesting story that came out of the training camps of America and Russia. I think it was during the 80s, could have been 90s. How they used to train their wrestlers was very different. The Americans trained their wrestlers, very intense training, loads and loads of competition, and really just it was the survival of the fittest approach. They had a lot of fallout with athletes, injuries, but they still were able to, from a big cohort, they were able to still have a strong team for the Olympics. But it was mainly those that were still around. The Russians had a different approach. They had a lot more fun in their training. They did hardly any competitions. And their approach to increase in volume was when you can do something comfortably, that's when you step it up. Not to have a real kind of beasting mentality. And as a result, they had a massive cohort that lasted the whole program up to the Olympics. So they had a whole wealth of talented wrestlers they could choose from, rather than just those that survived. And there was also a willingness, a desire to compete. There was a hunger to be in the team because it was so much fun. So take that as a bit of inspiration, maybe as a bit of wisdom how to approach your own physicality, but not just physicality, as everything we do at Renew reflects into our whole being. Think about it in your whole person, what rhythms, what practices would benefit from starting small and building on them. Have a powerful day, friends. May you live life in all its fullness. Peace and love.